Hi pretty people! If you want to see how I get this full face makeup look and I show you how I do this braided half up half down do, I'll put a skip time, like a timestamp in the intro, so if you just want to go to the makeup tutorial you can skip right to that. But if you also want to see how I do these quick braids, it didn't take long at all, that will be included as well. And I hope you enjoy the video. See you in a minute. No, I'll see you in a second. I'll see you in literally like 0.1 seconds because of editing. I'm an idiot. So as you can see, my hair is curled. I use my flat iron to just put some waves in it. I did like loose waves. I obviously didn't do any super tight curls. But it looks just a little flat, so we're going to zhuzh it up a little bit. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. To start, I'm going to just grab some hair up at the front here, and then I'm going to take this brush. You can use a teasing comb, whatever you have, and I'm just going to back comb this section because we just want to give it a little texture. It's going to help the braid hold more. Now I'm going to grab this section down here and do the same thing, just back combing. Now that we have the texture that we want, I am going to start at the bottom here, and I'm just going to grab a chunk of hair starting from the corner of my ear. Just going to grab a chunk about this size, and I'm going to angle my arms and the hair upwards, and then I'm going to split it into 3 sections like this. I like to do Dutch braids, so I'm going to go under. So I'm taking that hair right here and tucking it under the middle piece. Then I'm going to take the hair right here and do the same thing, tuck it under the middle piece. Tucking it under, and then I'm going to grab just a little hair from under here and add it to that hair. Then I'm going to grab a chunk from the top and add it underneath the middle piece. Now I'm not going to take any more from the bottom. I'm just going to grab a little more hair from the top. And now I'm just going to finish braiding that like a regular braid. Now that I have the braid I want, I'm going to pull apart these pieces here, which is just going to make the braid look bigger and more loose. And then with a bobby pin, I'm just going to pin it in the back of my hair. Like that. I'm going to pull some hair down here. Now I'm just going to take some hairspray and spray the braids. And then to add some shine to the hair that's left out, I'm going to use this Orlando Pita Play. It's a shine boosting spray, and I'm going to shake it and just spray some into the hair. Run that through with my fingers. And that is the hair portion of the tutorial. Now let's move on to the face portion, please. Now, especially if you're going to a New Year's Eve party, your makeup's gonna be on for a while because you're going to be there until at least midnight. So you definitely want to prime your eyelids if it's not something that you normally do, because you're gonna do all this work and you don't want it to go anywhere. Although by the time I post this, you probably will have already gotten ready. But you can use this look and technique for any party, event, etc. in the future. Now don't be alarmed, but I'm going to be using 3 different palettes today. But if you have palettes or single eyeshadows with all these colors, then no need to worry. But yeah. The first palette I'll be using is the Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves, because as you can see, these are all mattes and they're all purple. So this is what we are going to build in our crease. So using this large Morphe M573 brush, wrong way, Kelly, I'm going to take this color right here called Fluffy. And this is what we are just going to blend just to lay down a base color for the other shades in our crease. Now with a Morphe M532 brush, I'm going to take this next color right here called Rosy and put that in my crease as well. Now I'm going to use the next color called Wishy Washy, using a Morphe M514 brush. I'm going to start applying that on the lid and in the crease as well. I love this palette so much. Like so much. I'm taking a break to apply my Lush Key Lime Pie lip balm, because I just noticed my lips are dry. Very dry. Now I'm going to go into the E.l.f. Mad for Matte palette, and I'm going to pick up this purple color right here. I'm going to use this Morphe M507 brush to pick up that purple color. Tap off the excess. And then we are going to do that V formation where we only take it about halfway into the crease and really smoking it out on the outside. Don't worry about being messy over here, because we are going to clean that up with a tissue at the end. Now we are going to go into the Anastasia Self-Made palette and use this color right here, which is called Deep Purple. Using a small brush like this is an e.l.f. brush, it's an eye crease brush. I'm going to pick up that purple color, and now we are going to start to do the halo eye. So I'm basically placing it inside of that V that we created. And then I'm going to take it on the inner corner as well. And this is why I chose a small brush like this, so that we could be really precise on the inner corner. And I'm going to keep building it until I'm happy with the amount of pigmentation. Okay, so now I'm happy with the halo eye. I'm going to use the NYX eyeshadow base in white. And I'm going to pick up this little concealer brush and put that in the center, because the color that we are going to put here, we really want it to pop. And I'm just gonna blend it out. Now, using a Morphe M124 brush, we're going to use one of my favorite colors ever. This color right here, which is called Pink Champagne, which is fitting because it's New Year's Eve, even though I won't be drinking champagne. That's okay. I'm going to pick it up on the brush like this. Oh, it's such a pretty color. And then, as always with my shimmer shades, I'm going to spray it with some water, and then I'm just going to pack it where we laid down that base. Now because I'm extra and it is New Year's Eve, I'm going to take this Ulta Beauty Foil Rock eyeshadow that I used in one of my previous videos to add a little more pop in the center. So like I did before, I'm going to use the NYX Glitter Glue Primer. Just put a little on my finger and very lightly dab it in the center. Because we don't want to mess up that pink champagne color. Now I'm going to dip into it. It's like spongy. And I'm just going to pack that in the middle. Here's where I'm going to clean up this outer portion. I'm going to take a little coconut oil because I don't want to tug at my eye, because that's how you get wrinkles and I'm not about that life. Now you could have used tape also, but again, the tape pulling at my skin sometimes just like makes me feel uneasy. I'm going to take a tissue, just gently, using very light pressure, blend that away. Now I am going to do my face makeup and then I will finish up the eyes at the end of that. This is what I always do. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm going to prime my face with the Flush Beauty Illuminating Primer. For New Year's Eve, I want to glow like the ball that will be dropping in New York City. So I'm going to use the CoverFX Custom Enhancer Drops in Celestial. I used way too much because this stuff, you'll see in a second, is extremely pigmented. Extremely. But I'm just gonna put that in the areas that I want some highlight. I'm not gonna put it in this area because I don't want this to be highlighted. Maybe my chin, my nose, and then my cheekbones. Now I'm going to take my TooFaced Born This Way foundation. This is in the color Porcelain, although it's a little yellowy for my skin, but I was too lazy to return it, so I just try to make it work with bronzer and such. And I'm going to conceal these blemishes that I have with a different product. I'm going to use a little of this LA Girl concealer corrector in orange for my bluish purple under eyes. We want purple on our eyes, just not underneath our eyes, like, you know, in a zombie-esque fashion. I'm gonna blend out. I put a little too much on. It's very easy to apply too much of this stuff, so really you only need the tiniest amount. I'm so happy I found my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I haven't been able to use this baby for a while because I couldn't find it. It was hiding somewhere in my room. But I cleaned my room yesterday, and that's what happens when you keep your living space tidy. You find things that you lost because you're dirty. And then just be very careful. You don't want to mess up that eyeshadow. So sometimes I like to take this flat side and I just very lightly blend it out over here because I don't want to get concealer in my eyeshadow. Should I be like all the professional beauty gurus and like bake my under eyes? I just got powder all over my clothes. I'm gonna bake. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and I'm picking it up on this flat side of my sponge. And I'm just going to lightly dab it under my eyes. More, I need more. I don't know how the beauty gurus get it to be like Like, watch Patrick Star bake. It's incredible. I don't know how to do that. I'm also gonna bake under here because that's also what they do. And I'm being professional today. Wow, look at that line. So crisp. Oh, now we're talking. Now we are biking. We are in the kitchen and we're biking, baby. Now while the cake is in the oven, get it, cake, because I'm like caking my face with makeup, get it? I'm going to bronze with the bareMinerals Invisible Bronze. I'm placing that right above the bake. Very lightly, as to not disturb all of it. Even though I probably already am. But that's okay. I think I'm supposed to bronze first and then put the powder underneath. I did this wrong. See, that's what I get for trying to be a professional. And then I bronze my chin. Bring it into my neck. Now I'm gonna contour with the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. Contouring queen, yes. Yes, slay work. I can't do that pop thing. That. Whatever. I'm not James Charles. I'm going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Party because, again, we're sticking with a theme here. New Year's Eve, we gonna party and probably fall asleep at 10 o'clock because I'm old now and I don't drink. So, yeah. Okay, well, I feel like my under eyes are crusting. So I'm going to wipe away the bake. I'm going to highlight using the Wet n Wild Blossom Glow highlighter using a Morphe M501. Do they all start with an M? I'm not even gonna say the M anymore. I'm just gonna say the number because they all start with M. I get it now. Morphe M. Got it. Okay, anyway.
Oh! Yes! Give it to me, queen!
Yeah! It's so good. Can you tell I've had coffee today? Yes, embrace the big nose. That didn't sound good. I'm gonna take this E.l.f. blending eye brush and I'm going to pick up this second shade right here, which was Rosy, and I'm going to blend that in my lower lash line. Now I'm gonna go back into the E.l.f. palette, take that purple shade and just connect it so it's like one seamless line, and we're gonna blend it out. I picked up these Ardell Natural Demis in their 120s. I actually think these are gonna fit perfectly, so I don't think I need to cut these, which never happens. I'm gonna be looking down into my mirror, but hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. I just used the Duo Lash Glue, and then I hold them with tweezers, and I very lightly apply lash glue. You don't want to apply too much because then it'll take forever to dry, and then you're going to let the glue dry. I'm going to aim to place them right in the center. And then I'm lightly with the tweezers going to press down the ends. Make sure you don't close your eyes all the way like I just did, because otherwise the lashes are going to stick to your bottom lash line and you don't want that. While I am waiting for my lashes to finish drying, I'm going to apply the Rimmel eyeliner, Scandal Eyes eyeliner pencil in brown. This is like one of the only eyeliner pencils that doesn't like end up smudging underneath my eyelid. I've used the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in Perversion, which is like, I feel very popular, but I'm not a fan because after a couple hours it is gone from my waterline and it is all smudged in this one spot under my lashes, and I don't like that, especially for how much it costs. So anyway, I like the Rimmel one. As I'm continuing to wait for them to dry, I am going to line my lips. Now I'm going to use this Stila liquid lipstick in the color Baci. I think that's how you say it, or Bacchi. I'm not Italian. Well, I am Italian, but I don't know how to speak Italian. Anyway. Now while I wait for my lips to dry, I'm going to finish up my lashes by quickly curling them, and then I'm just going to apply a very thin coat of mascara just to blend my natural lashes in with the falsies. So the only thing that seems fitting is to use my Essence The False Lashes mascara, because we want the double falsie effect, you know. Now to top off the lipstick, I'm going to use this LA Girl glazed lip paint in the color Whisper. Oh no, that's not good. That's not what we want. All right, I'm just gonna pick it up on my finger and just blend it out. I really like the color and the look it gives, but it smells like actual paint, which is probably not great. But... And then last but not least, I'm gonna set my face with the Morphe setting spray, because I don't want this going anywhere. I still have a long ways till midnight, so yeah, this has to hold up. This is the final product of all of that work. We got a nice purple halo eye. We got our falsies. Love the lip color. We are fancy and extra for New Year's Eve, but obviously you can do this any day of the week. You can do it for any party, event, etc. We have our braids, you know, just for a little added volume and blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos. Leave a comment down below. And that's all I have for you. That's all she wrote. I hope 2019 is a great year for you. 2018 wasn't that great of a year. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be. So I'm trying to be hopeful and optimistic that this next year is going to be better. And it all depends on how I look at life and the choices that I make. So just know that you pretty much always have control over how life looks to you. So yeah, that's my inspirational speech for the day, and I'll see you in 2019.